Okay, so we're talking about the Gold Royal Icing mix from Evil Cake Genius. So this is the powder where you just add water and then put it in the piping bag and then pipe it on directly instead of having to paint on the gold luster onto the dried icing. So after I ordered this, I actually used it a ton. So I have a whole bunch of examples to show you. Here, I just did a couple of straight lines on these balloons. And I had a bunch of graduation orders. So here it's the gold tassels on the pink graduation gown. Okay, so I want to show a close-up here. So the diploma has the gold luster mix that I've always used up until this point, painted on top of the royal icing, versus the tassel next to it has the Evil Cake Genius Gold Royal Icing mix. And so I've had a lot of people comment and said, and I've seen this elsewhere too, that they think that the royal icing mix doesn't dry as shiny as other gold lusters. And I do think that is true. I noticed that as well. However, it's not a big enough difference to me that it really matters. When I have both the gold luster that I've always used right next to the gold luster royal icing, it still works well in the same set. Here's another example of me mixing the royal icing mix and also like the gold luster powder. So the diploma and then the calculator on the top left, those two I painted on with, the brand is called Home Here. It's on available on Amazon. It's what I've used for like 5 years. That is on those two cookies, whereas the rest have the Evil Cake Genius Royal Icing mix. So again, I think it still works well within the same set because the Royal Icing mix doesn't work well, and it's also not intended to be used for larger spaces. This is a close-up of the same set. So again, the $sign and like the outline on this cookie were with the Royal Icing mix versus the Home Here is on the diploma under me. Another graduation set up here again, the Royal Icing mix. We have this writing here. I mentioned in the last video, I have a hard time finding like a perfect writing consistency with this mix, but it does work still, but you can kind of tell that it is a little more liquidy than what my typical writing looks like, but it still works and it saved me a ton of time. So I just wanted to include that in this assortment as well. Again, the Royal Icing mix, I did spray some edible glitter on top of the entire cookie on these. So these are a little more shiny than what the rest were, but hopefully that gives you a good idea of what this looks like after the cookies are totally dry.